How's everybody doing? I wanted to show you this B.B.King lick, and it's in the key of A, and it's it's on a 12-bar blues. It's a quick change, so it's going from A to the D chord, the 4 chord back to the A. Let me play that rhythm part with the track real quick. So those are the chords you're playing over these few licks that we're doing here. So it starts out with that typical B.B.King statement that he makes with just one note. So he's playing up here on the 10th fret. Well, I'm playing on the 10th fret, he's not. So you start here on the 10th fret, and you just put some really good vibrato on that one note. So you can do it like he does it. I believe I did a video on the different types of vibrato, if you research that. I did a video on different types of vibrato, and B.B.King does his vibrato different than, like, you know, other players. I call it the B.B.King vibrato. His thumb is off the neck, and he kind of butts this up against the neck of the guitar to get control, and then he just shakes his wrist. I tend to like to have my thumb here as an anchor and pivot off of it like this. You know, I'm still getting the vibrato from my wrist, but I'm not suspended out there. Again, I'm shaking my wrist. B.B.King did the same thing, except he was getting his control. I'm getting my control from up here, my thumb over the top of the neck here. He had his finger, you know, up against this fret, so he could have control of the vibrato. That's the only differences. So anyway, so then you go to the 11th fret of the G string with your second finger. Then you bend up a half step on the 12th fret of the B string with your third finger and release. So we got. And then you go down to the 10th fret with your first finger on the B string. Then you go right back up to the 12th fret of the B string, third finger. Then back up to the 11th fret of the G string with your second finger. Then you come back up to the 12th fret with your third finger and bend up a half step again. Then you release like that. Hit it again. Hit it while it's bent when it's releasing. So we got. Then you come back down here to the 10th fret of the B string with your first string. So we got. Then after you do that, you hit on the 13th fret of the B string with your fourth finger. Then back to the 11th fret of the G string with your second finger. So let me play that whole phrase one more time. Let me play it with the track. You can slide that if you want to. I don't think I did when I first did it, but you could. Then the next little lick I did, going you're on the 1 chord, but it's getting ready to go to the 4 again. I did this. Another typical B.B. King lick. 3rd finger on the 12th fret of the high E string. 2nd finger on the 12th fret of the B string, and you bend it. Half step bend. You end up down here on the 10th fret of the B string with your 1st finger. So we got. Let me play that again with the track. One more time. And take these licks, you know, and put them in other keys, you know. I preach that all the time. And have a little library of licks. I was telling, I was teaching today, and I was telling my student, you know, we learn from other players, and I was telling him that I do some copy songs, cover songs. As musicians, I guess, call them cover songs. And sometimes I'll try to cover the song exactly like the artist if I can, or close to it. But I told him, I said, look, you know, like I do Black Magic Woman by Santana, and I do the intro. I do that whole little thing and do the solo as close to the record as possible. But I told him, I said, look, I can't play it like Santana did because I'm not Santana, you know. And it's like Stevie Ray Vaughan, you know, he did some Hendrix songs, and they sounded pretty close to what Hendrix did, but it wasn't Jimi Hendrix. So just remember that when you're learning stuff, you're not going to be able to play it exactly like the artist. I mean, for one thing, you're not that artist. That artist is playing a lot of that stuff is from emotion that artist is feeling, or there's a lot of variables in there when they're playing certain parts that you hear on records, you know. So always keep that in mind. You know, you're never ever going to sound, at least, and I don't strive to sound like other people. You know, I try to, like I said, I try to play the some of the intros so that people will recognize what I'm playing. But I don't try to play it perfect. You know, I know cats that try to make it as perfect as possible, and I go, well, you still don't sound like Carlos Santana to me, but go ahead. But anyway, my point was, you know, you're not going to sound exactly like any of these people, but at least take the time to learn some of the licks they play and some of the solos they play. I mean, that's how we learn. We're creatures of repetition, you know, learning what we hear other people play, and doesn't hurt to dive into some books and learn how to read and learn some, you know, how chords are built, and some harmony and theory doesn't hurt you at all. All that will help you. But again, just be yourself. That's what I tell my students. You know, try to learn. You know, I'm showing you what to play, you know, all this stuff. But I said at the end of the day, just be yourself. You know, try to learn to be your own self. So, you know, let me play this lick one more time. But I love how BB just lived out of that box. So I'm going to do this lick one more time with the video. With the track. Too many iced teas today. Now it's water. What am I saying? I quit drinking tea because I drink coffee. And the tea we got has a lot of caffeine in it. So if I drank 2 cups of coffee and then start drinking tea, man, I'll be up till 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. Which some days is pretty good. I'll just step and play guitar. So here we go. Hey, that was fun. So listen, learn that B.B.King riff. I did that jam. I know I made some mistakes, but I was having fun. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. You know, when you make a mistake, just keep playing. It doesn't really matter. I mean, yeah, you're gonna have guys crucify you and go, "Oh man, he made a mistake." It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you might have been stretching and trying to play something that you had never played. And that's how you learn sometimes. You learn from your mistakes. Well, listen, hope you like the channel. If you like what I'm doing, hit the subscribe button, hit the, what's that, bell? Hit the bell thing, hit the like button. And if you got any questions, shoot them to me. I try to answer them. I have a lot of questions about what I play through. And I play through a Paul Reed Smith amp here in the little studio I have, and I play it through a Tone King cabinet. It's a Paul Reed Smith MT15, the Mark Tremonti. But I have a lot of other different kind of amps in here that I play through occasionally. But my main amp is a Tone King Imperial, a 20th anniversary. And someday I'm going to bring it in here and hook my pedals up because everybody's saying, what kind of pedals you use? Well, it's hard to explain the pedals if you don't have them in here. So sometime in the near future, I'm going to bring my rig into this room and go through my pedals and what I use them for and how I set them up. And so if you got any questions, though, make sure you ask me. And y'all have a great rest of your evening and be blessed. Thank you. Thanks for watching.